Long Beach, New York, the Corleone compound. Don Vito Corleone lies in his bedroom. 5 bullets, 5 holes in his body. The assassination attempt that should have killed him. But Vito Corleone is not an ordinary man. He survived. Barely. And now he recovers in silence while his empire burns around him. Downstairs, his eldest son runs the family. Santino Corleone, Sonny, the heir apparent, the man who was supposed to continue the Corleone legacy. But Vito, even from his sickbed, can hear the way Sonny conducts business, the shouting, the threats, the impulsive decisions made in anger rather than calculation. And it terrifies him. Vito has built his empire over 40 years, not through violence alone, through patience, through relationships. Through understanding that true power comes from making people owe you favors, not making them fear your fists. He has judges in his pocket, politicians who answer his calls, police captains who look the other way. All of this built through careful cultivation, through knowing when to speak and when to stay silent. Sonny knows none of this. Vito remembers the moment he knew his son would struggle to lead. The meeting with Virgil Sollozzo, the Turk, the drug dealer who came to the Corleone home with a proposal worth millions. Vito listened carefully, weighed the risks. The drug business was dirty. His political friends would abandon him if they knew. His answer was clear. No, but Sonny. Sonny could not keep his mouth shut. In front of Sollozzo, in front of a man they barely knew, in front of a potential enemy, Sonny showed interest, asked about the Tartaglia guarantee, revealed that he saw opportunity where his father saw danger. After Sollozzo left, Vito pulled his son aside. The disappointment burned in his chest like the bullets that would later pierce it. Santino, what is the matter with you? Your brain is going soft. Never tell anybody outside the family what you are thinking. Never. Sonny nodded, said he understood, but Vito saw it in his son's eyes. The dismissal, the belief that the old man was too cautious, too slow, too weak for the modern world of organized crime. That single moment of weakness, that single flash of interest Sonny showed. It told Sollozzo everything he needed to know. If the old man could be removed, the son would make a deal. The son was hungry. The son was impatient. The son could be manipulated. 2 weeks later, Vito was shot 5 times outside his office. Now Vito lies in his bed, alive, but diminished. He watches the ceiling and listens to the chaos below. Sonny has declared war on the Tartaglia family. Bruno Tartaglia is dead. Soldiers on both sides are dying in the streets. The carefully constructed peace that Vito maintained for decades is crumbling, and there is nothing he can do about it. Tom Hagen visits him each evening, the consigliere, the adopted son, the calm voice of reason in a family consumed by rage. Tom reports on Sonny's decisions, the hits ordered, the money spent, the enemies multiplied. Vito listens, says little, but his mind calculates. Sonny is fighting the wrong war. The Tartaglias are not the real enemy. They are too weak, too disorganized. Someone else is pulling the strings. Someone smarter, someone more patient. Someone who understands that the best way to destroy the Corleone family is not to attack it directly, but to let Sonny destroy it himself. Vito tries to warn his son. One evening, Sonny comes to his bedside, the heir checking on the dying king. Sonny's shirt is wrinkled. His eyes are red from lack of sleep. He has aged 5 years in 5 weeks. Santino. Vito's voice is weak but steady. You must be careful. You must think before you act. This war, it is not what it seems. Sonny waves his hand. Papa, rest. I am handling everything. The Tartaglias will pay for what they did to you. Every single one of them. That is not what concerns me. Then what? Vito reaches for his son's hand, feels the calluses, the strength, the violence contained in those fingers. Your temper, Santino. It will be your death. You must learn to be the blade, not the hammer. Sharp, precise, invisible. A hammer makes noise. A hammer warns the enemy. A blade cuts before anyone knows it is coming. Sonny smiles. That patient, dismissive smile that sons give fathers when they believe they know better. I know what I am doing, Papa. He squeezes his father's hand, stands, walks out of the room. Vito watches him go, and in that moment, he feels something he has not felt since he was a 9-year-old boy watching Don Ciccio murder his family in Sicily. Helplessness. He has spent his entire life building an empire to protect his children, killed men, corrupted officials, accumulated power beyond imagination, and none of it matters now, because his son will not listen. His son believes that violence solves everything. His son cannot see the trap closing around him. What Don Vito Corleone does not know is this. In 72 hours, he will never see his eldest son alive again. The warning Sonny just dismissed will echo in Vito's mind for the rest of his life. And the hot-headed boy who could not control his temper will die exactly the way his father predicted. Not by a stronger enemy, not by a smarter rival, but by his own rage. The Corleone family has a new leader, and the streets of New York feel the difference immediately. Where Vito Corleone moved like water, finding the path of least resistance, Sonny Corleone moves like fire. He burns everything in his path. He does not negotiate. He does not calculate. He reacts. And in the world of organized crime, reaction is weakness disguised as strength. The war with the Tattaglia family escalates daily. Bruno Tattaglia is already dead. Sonny ordered the hit personally. An eye for an eye. His father was shot, so a Tattaglia son must die. Simple mathematics, brutal logic, the kind of thinking that wins battles but loses wars. Tom Hagen watches from the shadows. The consigliere has served the Corleone family since Sonny found him on the street as a homeless boy. He knows both father and son better than anyone. And he knows the difference between them. Vito would have waited. Vito would have gathered information. Vito would have discovered who truly ordered the assassination before striking back. But Sonny does not wait. Sonny does not gather. Sonny does not discover. Sonny attacks. Tom tries to counsel patience. They are sitting in the study, the same room where Vito once conducted business with the quiet authority of a king. Now Sonny paces like a caged animal. His tie is loose. His sleeves are rolled up. He has not slept properly in weeks. Sonny, we need to consider a truce. This war is costing us. The other families are watching. They see weakness. Sonny spins around. Weakness? We killed Bruno Tattaglia. We hit 3 of their gambling operations. We are winning. We are spending. Tom's voice remains calm, measured, the voice of reason against the storm. We are spending men. We are spending money. We are spending political capital. Your father built relationships for 40 years. We are burning through them in 40 days. Then we will build new ones. It does not work that way. Sonny slams his hand on the desk, the same desk where his father once sat. The sound echoes through the empty house. I am running this family now, Tom. Not you, not my father, me. And I say we keep fighting until every Tattaglia is in the ground. Tom says nothing. There is nothing to say. He has seen this before. The hot blood of Santino Corleone, the rage that clouds his judgment, the inability to see beyond the immediate satisfaction of violence. But Tom is not the only one who sees it. Across the city, in a quiet office in Manhattan, Don Emilio Barzini receives reports. He is an older man, patient, calculating, everything that Sonny Corleone is not. He listens to his men describe the chaos consuming the Corleone empire, and he smiles. The Tattaglias are taking heavy losses, but they are expendable. They always were. Barzini backed Sollozzo's drug operation not because he believed in the Tattaglias, but because he understood what would happen if Vito Corleone was removed. The son would take over. The son would make mistakes. The son would destroy everything his father built. It is happening exactly as Barzini predicted. But patience. Always patience. The trap is not yet complete. At the Corleone compound, another drama unfolds. One that seems small, domestic, unrelated to the war consuming the family, but it will prove to be the deadliest weapon of all. Connie Corleone, Vito's only daughter, the princess of the family. She married Carlo Rizzi 2 years ago. A big wedding, the entire family in attendance. Vito gave his blessing even though he had doubts about the man. Carlo was ambitious, hungry, but not in the way of a man who builds, in the way of a man who takes. Now those doubts have become reality. The bruises appear slowly at first. A mark on Connie's arm, a shadow beneath her eye. She makes excuses. She fell. She walked into a door. She is clumsy, but Sonny knows. He visits his sister one afternoon, sees the fresh bruise on her cheek, the way she flinches when he raises his hand to touch her face. Who did this to you? Connie shakes her head. It is nothing, Sonny. Please. Who? She does not answer. She does not need to. Sonny already knows. That evening, Sonny finds Carlo Rizzi on the street, in front of witnesses, in front of people who will talk. Who will spread the word that Santino Corleone beat his brother-in-law with a garbage can lid until the man could barely stand? Carlo lies in the gutter, bleeding, broken, and in his eyes, something changes. He was always resentful, always bitter that the Corleone family treated him as an outsider, that Sonny never respected him, that Vito never trusted him. But resentment is passive. What Carlo feels now is different. This is hatred, pure and focused, the kind of hatred that makes men do terrible things. Sonny stands over him, breathing hard, knuckles split and bleeding. You touch my sister again, I will kill you. He walks away, satisfied, believing he has solved the problem, believing that violence has consequences only for those who receive it. He is wrong. That night, Carlo Rizzi makes a phone call. His hands shake as he dials. His voice trembles as he speaks. But his words are clear. I want to talk to someone about the Corleone family, about Sonny, about how to get to him. On the other end of the line, a man listens, takes notes, smiles. The trap has found its instrument. Back at the compound, Vito Corleone stares at the ceiling of his bedroom. He has heard about the incident with Carlo, about Sonny's public display of violence, about the humiliation inflicted on his son-in-law, and he knows. He does not know the specifics. He does not know about the phone call, about the plan taking shape in the darkness, but he knows his son, and he knows that a man like Carlo Rizzi does not forget, does not forgive. Sonny has made an enemy inside the family, and enemies inside the family are the most dangerous kind. The old Don closes his eyes. His body aches, his wounds are healing, but his heart is breaking. He has spent his entire life protecting his children, teaching them, preparing them. And now he watches his eldest son march toward destruction with a smile on his face. Across the city, Don Barzini finishes reading the report about Carlo Rizzi's phone call. He has found Sonny Corleone's weakness, not his enemies, not his rivals, his own blood, his own sister, his own rage. Don Emilio Barzini sits in his Manhattan office. The room is quiet, elegant, nothing like the chaos consuming the Corleone family. Here, there is only patience, only calculation, only the slow, methodical destruction of an empire. He studies the report on his desk. Carlo Rizzi, son-in-law of Don Vito Corleone, husband of Connie, a man with access to the inner circle of the family, a man burning with resentment, a man willing to betray, the perfect instrument. Barzini has watched the war between the Corleones and the Tartaglias with quiet satisfaction. Let them fight. Let them bleed each other. Let Sonny Corleone exhaust his soldiers and his treasury on a meaningless conflict. The Tartaglias were always expendable, pawns to be sacrificed. Their only purpose was to keep Sonny distracted, to keep him angry, to keep him making mistakes. But now the endgame approaches. Barzini summons his most trusted captain, a man who has killed for him many times, a man who understands that some operations require subtlety rather than force. The Corleone boy, Santino. He has a weakness. The captain nods. His temper. More than that, his sister. When Carlo Rizzi touches her, Sonny loses all reason. He attacked Carlo in public, beat him in the street like a common criminal. No planning, no consideration, just rage. The captain begins to understand. You want to use this. Barzini leans back in his chair. Sonny Corleone is a dog on a chain. Pull the chain, and he runs. Every time. Without thinking. Without protection. Without considering that someone might be waiting for him. How do we pull the chain? Carlo Rizzi will do it for us. He will beat his wife again. Connie will call her brother. And Sonny will come running. Alone. Predictable. Vulnerable. The captain considers this. Where? There is a toll booth on the causeway. Isolated. Perfect sightlines. No escape route. When Sonny stops to pay the toll, he will be trapped, and we will have enough men with enough firepower to make certain he never leaves. Barzini slides an envelope across the desk. Inside is more money than most men see in a lifetime. Make the arrangements. I want the best shooters. I want no mistakes. Sonny Corleone dies at that toll booth, and when he does, the Corleone family dies with him. The captain takes the envelope, nods, leaves. Barzini returns to his paperwork. Patient as always. The trap will take time to prepare. The men must be positioned. The timing must be perfect. But he has waited this long. He can wait a little longer. Across the city, Carlo Rizzi receives his instructions. He sits in his small apartment, the apartment that Sonny arranged for him, the apartment that reminds him every day of his inferior position in the family. He was supposed to be somebody. He married the Don's daughter. He should be respected, consulted, included in family business. Instead, he is nothing. An errand boy, a husband kept at arm's length from real power. And Sonny. Sonny who beat him in the street. Sonny who humiliated him in front of everyone. Sonny who treats him like garbage. Now Carlo has a chance for revenge. The instructions are simple. Wait for the signal, then beat Connie. Make sure she calls her brother. Make sure Sonny comes alone. Carlo looks at his hands, the same hands that have struck his wife before. But those times were different. Those times were anger, frustration, the rage of a small man in a world that makes him feel smaller. This time is calculation. He feels something cold settle in his stomach. He is about to help kill a man. Not just any man. His wife's brother, the father of his nieces and nephews, a member of his own family. But then he remembers the garbage can lid, the blood in his mouth, the laughter of the men who watched, the shame that has followed him every day since. His hands stop shaking. Some prices are worth paying. At the Corleone compound, Vito continues his slow recovery. He can walk now, short distances, with help. His body is healing, but his mind never rests. Something is wrong. He can feel it. The instincts that have kept him alive for 60 years are screaming at him. But what? What is he missing? The war continues. Sonny reports victories. Tartaglia operations destroyed. Tartaglia soldiers eliminated. On paper, the Corleones are winning. But Vito knows that wars are not won on paper. Wars are won by the side that makes fewer mistakes. And his son is making mistake after mistake. Tom Hagen visits one evening. His face is troubled. Don Corleone, I am concerned. Speak. Sonny is not listening to anyone. He makes decisions without consultation. He refuses to consider a truce. And the other families are watching. They see opportunity. Vito nods slowly. Which family concerns you most? Tom hesitates. Barzini. The name hangs in the air. Don Emilio Barzini. The quiet one. The patient one. The man who never raises his voice but somehow always gets what he wants. What has he done? That is the problem. Nothing. He sits in his office while everyone else fights. He makes no moves, takes no sides, just watches. Vito closes his eyes. In his world, silence is not peace. Silence is planning. A man like Barzini does not stay quiet without reason. He is waiting. For what? For us to destroy ourselves. The words echo in the room. Tom says nothing. There is nothing to say. They both know the truth. Sonny is playing into someone's hands. But whose? And how? That night, Sonny visits his father's bedroom. He looks tired. The war is wearing on him even if he refuses to admit it. The confidence is still there, the fire, but beneath it, something else. Something that looks almost like doubt. Papa, how are you feeling? Better. Sit. Sonny sits in the chair beside the bed. For a moment, he is not the acting Don of a crime family. He is just a son visiting his father, a boy looking for approval from the man he has tried to impress his entire life. Vito studies his son's face, sees the exhaustion, the stress, the weight of leadership crushing him. Santino, I need to tell you something. What is it, Papa? This war. It is not what it seems. The Tartaglias are not your real enemy. Someone else is moving against us. Someone patient, someone smart. You must be careful. Sonny frowns. Who? I do not know yet, but I feel it. In my bones. Someone is waiting for you to make a mistake. A fatal mistake. You must not give them the opportunity. For a moment, something flickers in Sonny's eyes. Almost like understanding. Almost like he sees the danger his father is describing. But then it passes. I can handle it, Papa. Trust me, I have everything under control. He squeezes his father's hand, stands, walks to the door. Vito calls after him. Santino. Sonny turns. Promise me, whatever happens, you will not act alone. You will not let your anger drive you. You will think before you move. Sonny smiles. That same smile, patient, dismissive. the smile of a son who believes he has surpassed his father. "I promise, Papa." He leaves. Vito stares at the empty doorway. His son just lied to him. He knows it. Sonny knows it. The promise means nothing. When the moment comes, when the rage takes hold, Sonny will forget every word his father ever said. And Vito can do nothing to stop it. Tomorrow morning, Carlo Rizzi will beat Connie Corleone one final time. Not out of anger, out of calculation. The phone call will be made. The trap will be sprung. And Sonny Corleone will do exactly what everyone expects him to do. He will run toward his sister. He will run toward his death, and his father will be left with nothing but memories and regret. The morning arrives like any other. Sun rising over Long Beach. Birds singing in the trees around the Corleone compound. Children playing in the yard. The sounds of a family going about its daily routine. No one knows that death is already in motion. In his small apartment across the city, Carlo Rizzi wakes early. He has not slept well. His dreams were filled with blood and screaming and the sound of machine guns. But when he opens his eyes, he feels nothing. No guilt, no hesitation, only cold determination. Today is the day. He showers, dresses, makes coffee, goes through the motions of an ordinary morning while his mind rehearses what comes next. The timing must be perfect. Hit Connie hard enough to make her cry, hard enough to make her call her brother, but not so hard that she cannot make the call. He looks at himself in the mirror, studies the face of a man about to participate in murder. He expects to see something different, some mark of what he is about to do. But the face is the same, ordinary, forgettable. The face of a man the Corleone family never took seriously. That was their mistake. At the Corleone compound, Sonny Corleone eats breakfast with his children. For a few minutes, he is not the acting Don. He is just a father. He makes faces at his youngest daughter, steals bacon from his son's plate, laughs at jokes that are not funny simply because his children tell them. His wife Sandra watches from across the table. She has seen the change in her husband over these past weeks. The exhaustion, the anger, the way he disappears into himself when he thinks no one is watching. She worries, but she says nothing. In their world, wives do not question. Wives do not interfere. Wives wait and pray and hope their husbands come home alive. Sonny kisses his children goodbye, tells them to be good for their mother, walks out the door without looking back. He has work to do. The morning passes slowly. Sonny meets with his captains, reviews the ongoing operations against the Tartaglias, approves another strike on a gambling den in Brooklyn, signs off on payments to corrupted police officers. The machinery of the family business grinding forward. Tom Hagen watches from the corner of the room. He has that look again, the worried look, the look that says he sees danger Sonny cannot see. "What is it, Tom?" "Nothing. Just thinking." "About what?" "Your father asked me to speak with you. About caution, about patience." Sonny waves his hand. "My father is sick. He does not understand how things have changed. We are at war, Tom. Caution is for peacetime." Tom opens his mouth to argue, then closes it. What is the point? Sonny does not listen. Sonny has never listened. The only voice Sonny hears is the blood pounding in his own ears. 2 miles away, Carlo Rizzi enters his apartment. Connie is in the kitchen, washing dishes, humming softly to herself. She does not see him approach, does not see his hand rise. The first blow catches her across the face. She screams, drops the plate she was holding. It shatters on the floor, white ceramic pieces scattered like broken teeth. Carlo grabs her arm, pulls her close. His face is twisted into something she barely recognizes. She has seen him angry before. She has felt his hands before. But this is different. This is not rage. This is something mechanical, deliberate, controlled. He hits her again and again. She falls to the floor, curls into a ball, tries to protect herself. But the blows keep coming, calculated, precise. Just enough to break her. Just enough to make her desperate. Please. She is crying now, sobbing, blood on her lip, terror in her eyes. Please stop. Carlo steps back, looks at his work. His wife lies on the kitchen floor, broken dishes around her, tears streaming down her face. Perfect. He walks to the phone, picks up the receiver, holds it out to her. "Call your brother." Connie stares at him through swollen eyes. She does not understand. Why would he want her to call Sonny? Sonny will come. Sonny will hurt him. Sonny will call him. Now. Something in his voice makes her obey. She crawls to the phone, takes the receiver with shaking hands, dials the number she knows by heart, the number to the compound, the number that will bring her brother running. The phone rings at the Corleone compound. Once, twice, 3 times. A soldier answers, hears the sobbing on the other end, recognizes Connie's voice. His face goes pale. He finds Sonny in the study, still meeting with his captains, still planning operations that no longer matter. "Boss, it is your sister. Something happened." She is crying. She says, "Carlo?" Sonny is on his feet before the soldier finishes speaking. His chair crashes backward. His face transforms. The businessman disappears. The brother emerges. The protector. The avenger. The man who cannot control what he feels. He grabs his jacket, heads for the door. Tom Hagen blocks his path. "Sonny, wait. Let me send some men to check on her first." "Get out of my way, Tom. Just wait. Think about this. It could be." Sonny shoves him aside. Hard. Tom stumbles, catches himself on the desk. "That is my sister. That animal put his hands on my sister. I am going to kill him." He storms out of the study, through the hallway, out the front door. Soldiers scramble to follow him. One grabs a set of keys, another reaches for a weapon. "Boss, wait. Let us come with you." Sonny is already in his car. A black 1941 Lincoln. The engine roars to life. "Follow me if you can." He tears out of the driveway, gravel spraying behind him. The car fishtails onto the main road, accelerates, disappears around the corner. The soldiers run for their vehicles, but they are too slow. Sonny is already gone, already racing toward his sister, already doing exactly what everyone expected him to do. Upstairs in the compound, Vito Corleone hears the commotion, the shouting, the engine, the screeching tires. He pushes himself out of bed, staggers to the window, sees the cloud of dust where his son's car used to be. His heart stops. He knows. In that moment, he knows. Something is wrong. Something is terribly wrong. His instincts scream at him, the same instincts that have saved his life a dozen times. He calls out. His voice is weak, broken, the voice of an old man who can do nothing but watch. "Santino, no." But Sonny cannot hear him. Sonny is already miles away, flying down the highway at 80 miles per hour, blinded by rage, deafened by the blood pounding in his ears. He does not see the trap closing around him. He does not think about his father's warnings. He does not remember his promise. He thinks only of Connie, of Carlo, of the violence he will deliver when he arrives. Sonny Corleone is driving toward the Jones Beach Causeway, toward the Tollbooth, toward the men with machine guns who are already in position, toward the last 3 minutes of his life, and there is nothing anyone can do to stop him. The Jones Beach Causeway stretches ahead like a ribbon of asphalt cutting through the marshland. Late afternoon sun glints off the water on both sides. Seagulls circle overhead. A peaceful scene. A beautiful scene. A killing ground. Sonny Corleone drives with both hands on the wheel. His knuckles are white. His jaw is clenched so tight his teeth ache. He sees nothing but the road ahead. Thinks nothing but thoughts of Carlo Rizzi. What he will do when he arrives. How he will make the man pay. How he will teach him once and for all that no one touches Connie Corleone. The speedometer reads 75, 80, 85. He does not notice the cars parked along the causeway, does not see the men inside them, does not feel the crosshairs settling on his vehicle. Ahead, the toll booth comes into view. A simple structure, a small booth where drivers stop to pay their fare. Ordinary, unremarkable, the kind of place you pass through without thinking, without remembering. Sonny will remember this toll booth forever. He slows as he approaches. Force of habit. Even in his rage, even with his blood boiling, he slows for the toll booth, reaches for his pocket, pulls out some coins. The toll collector watches him approach. An older man, grey hair, tired eyes. He has seen thousands of cars pass through this booth, thousands of faces. He will never forget this one, because the toll collector knows what is about to happen. He was paid well to know, paid to step aside at the right moment, paid to disappear into the small booth and cover his ears. Sonny stops at the window, holds out the coins. The toll collector does not take them. Instead, he looks at Sonny with something that might be pity. Then he drops to the floor of his booth, vanishes from sight. Sonny frowns. What the f— He never finishes the sentence. The first bullet punches through the windshield. Glass explodes inward. Sonny feels something hot tear through his shoulder. He jerks back. Instinct. Survival instinct screaming at him to move, to run, to do something, but there is nowhere to go. They come from everywhere at once. Men emerge from the parked cars, from behind the booth, from the marshland beside the road. 6 of them, 8, 10. Sonny cannot count, cannot think, can only see the guns in their hands. Tommy guns, shotguns, pistols, all pointed at him. The world slows down. Sonny throws open his door, tries to escape. His feet hit the pavement. He stumbles forward, reaches for his own weapon, the gun tucked in his waistband, the gun he never got a chance to use. The second bullet hits him in the chest. He staggers, does not fall. The Corleone blood is strong. Even now, even with lead tearing through him, he stays on his feet, keeps moving. A third bullet. His stomach. A fourth. His leg. He falls against the car, uses it to hold himself up, turns to face his killers, looks them in the eyes, these men who have come to end his life, these cowards who attack from ambush, who hide behind toll booths and parked cars. He wants to say something, curse them, defy them, show them that Santino Corleone does not beg, does not surrender, does not go quietly, but his mouth fills with blood. And then the machine guns open fire. The sound is deafening, a roar that drowns out everything else. The seagulls scatter, the water ripples from the concussion, the air fills with smoke and fire and death. Sonny's body jerks. Once, twice, 10 times, 20 times. Each bullet drives him back against the car, spins him around, drops him to his knees, lifts him up again. He is a puppet with his strings being cut one by one. He thinks of his father. Never let anyone outside the family know what you are thinking. He thinks of his children, the faces at the breakfast table, the laughter, the stolen bacon. He thinks of Connie, still crying on her kitchen floor, still waiting for her brother to save her. He cannot save her. He cannot save anyone, not even himself. The bullets keep coming. His car is shredded, windows gone, metal punctured in 100 places. 200. The 1,941 Lincoln that carried him to his death transformed into a monument of destruction. And still they fire. Sonny is on the ground now, face against the asphalt, blood pooling beneath him, spreading outward in a dark circle. He cannot move, cannot feel, cannot do anything but wait for the end. One of the killers approaches, stands over him, looks down at the man who was supposed to be the next Don Corleone. He fires one more shot, point blank, and then silence. The sudden quiet is almost worse than the gunfire. It hangs over the causeway like a shroud. No one speaks, no one moves. The killers look at what they have done, at the body lying in the road, at the car that looks like it survived a war. 110 bullets. That is how many times they shot Santino Corleone. 110. As if one was not enough. As if 10 was not enough. As if they needed to make absolutely certain that the hot-headed son of Vito Corleone would never rise again. The toll collector emerges from his booth. His face is pale. His hands are shaking. He has seen death before. This is New York. But he has never seen anything like this. The killers do not speak to him. They simply return to their cars, start their engines, drive away, calm, professional. Their job is done. Sonny Corleone lies alone on the causeway. The blood spreads. The seagulls return. The sun continues its slow descent toward the horizon. The world goes on as if nothing has happened, as if a man did not just die, as if a family was not just destroyed. Minutes pass. Then the sound of engines, screeching tires, doors slamming. The Corleone soldiers have arrived. Too late, they pile out of their cars, run toward the toll booth, see the destruction, see the body, see everything they failed to prevent. One of them falls to his knees. Another turns away, cannot look. A third approaches slowly, like a man walking through a nightmare, like a man who knows he will never wake up. He reaches down, touches Sonny's shoulder, as if hoping for a response, as if hoping this is all a mistake, a misunderstanding, a bad dream. But Sonny does not move. Sonny will never move again. The soldier stands. His face is wet with tears. He does not remember crying. He walks back to his car, picks up the radio. His hands shake so badly he can barely hold it. At the Corleone compound, the phone rings. Tom Hagen answers, listens. His face goes white, then grey, then something beyond colour, something that looks like death itself. He hangs up the phone, stands motionless for a long moment. Then he walks to the liquor cabinet, pours himself a drink. Whiskey, 3 fingers. He drinks it in one swallow, pours another. He needs this. He needs something to give him strength. Because in a moment he must walk upstairs. He must enter the bedroom where Don Vito Corleone lies recovering. He must look the old man in the eye, and he must tell him that his firstborn son is dead. Tom finishes the second drink, straightens his tie, and begins the longest walk of his life. Tom Hagen climbs the stairs. Each step feels like a mile. Each breath feels like his last. He has delivered bad news before. He has told men their businesses were finished, their partnerships dissolved, their lives about to change forever. But this is different. This is not business. This is family. He reaches the landing, turns toward the master bedroom. The door is closed. Behind it lies Don Vito Corleone, the most powerful man in New York, the man who built an empire from nothing, the man who survived 5 bullets just weeks ago, the man who is about to learn that his son did not. Tom raises his hand to knock, hesitates. His fingers tremble against the wood. He can still taste the whiskey on his tongue. It did nothing to prepare him for this moment. Nothing could prepare him for this moment. He knocks. Enter. The voice is weak, tired, but still commanding. Still the voice of Don Corleone. Tom opens the door. Vito lies in bed, propped up against pillows. His face is pale from weeks of recovery, but his eyes are sharp. They find Tom immediately. Read him immediately. See the truth before a single word is spoken. Give me a drop. Tom frowns. Don Corleone. Vito points to the small table beside the window, a bottle of anisette, 2 glasses. Tom pours with unsteady hands, brings the glass to the old man. Vito takes it, does not drink, just holds it, stares at the amber liquid as if it contains answers to questions he does not want to ask. My wife is crying upstairs. I hear cars coming to the house. Consigliere of mine, I think you should tell your Don what everyone seems to know. Tom's throat tightens. The words he must speak feel like stones, heavy, sharp, impossible to swallow. I did not tell Mama anything. I was about to come up and wake you and tell you. Vito nods slowly. But you needed a drink first. Silence. Tom cannot meet the old man's eyes, cannot look at the face that is about to shatter, cannot witness the moment when Don Vito Corleone stops being a Don and becomes simply a father who has lost his child. Well, Vito's voice is barely a whisper. You have had your drink. Tom takes a breath, the deepest breath of his life. They shot Sonny on the causeway. The words hang in the air. Vito does not move, does not speak, does not react in any visible way. He simply sits there, the glass of anisette still in his hand, his eyes fixed on some point in the distance that only he can see. Seconds pass. They feel like hours. Then the glass slips from Vito's fingers. It falls to the bed, spills across the white sheets. Neither man moves to clean it. Neither man cares. What is a spilled drink compared to a spilled life? What is a stain on fabric compared to a stain on the soul? Vito's lips move. No sound comes out. He is trying to speak, trying to say something, but the words will not come. For the first time in his life, Don Vito Corleone has nothing to say. Tom steps forward. Don Corleone, I am sorry. I am so sorry. Vito raises his hand. Stop. He closes his eyes. His chest rises and falls. Once, twice, 3 times. He is fighting something, fighting the grief that threatens to consume him, fighting the rage that demands blood, fighting the despair that whispers there is no point to anything anymore. When he opens his eyes, something has changed. The Don is back. Call Bonacera. Tom blinks. The Undertaker? We need him now. The next hours pass in a blur of motion and grief. Cars arrive at the compound. Men in dark suits, women in black dresses. The family gathers. The soldiers stand guard. The news spreads through the underworld like fire through dry grass. Santino Corleone is dead. The heir to the Corleone empire, cut down at a toll booth. 110 bullets. Carmela Corleone has not stopped crying. Her wails echo through the house, the sound of a mother's heart breaking, the sound that will haunt these walls forever. Connie sits in the kitchen, staring at nothing. The bruises on her face are turning purple. She knows. Somehow she knows that her phone call brought her brother to his death, that Carlo used her, that she was the bait in a trap she did not understand. She will never forgive herself. She will never forgive Carlo. But all of that comes later. Now there is only the morgue. Vito Corleone enters Bonacera's funeral parlor just after midnight. He walks slowly, his wounds still healing, his body still weak, but he walks. He will not be carried to see his son. He will not show weakness. Not now. Not ever. Bonacera waits at the door. The undertaker who came to Vito on his daughter's wedding day. The man who asked for justice. The man who was told that someday the favor would be called in. That day has come. Well, my friend, Vito's voice is steady, controlled. The voice of a man who has buried his emotions so deep they may never surface again. Are you ready to do me this service? Bonacera nods. Yes. What do you want me to do? They walk together into the embalming room. The lights are harsh, fluorescent. They illuminate everything, hide nothing. A body lies on the metal table, covered by a white sheet. Still, silent, final. Vito approaches. His footsteps echo in the empty room. Each step brings him closer to a truth he does not want to face, a reality he cannot escape. He stops beside the table. I want you to use all your powers, all your skills. His hand reaches for the sheet. I do not want his mother to see him this way. He pulls back the fabric. And the Don of the Corleone family looks upon the face of his firstborn son. What remains of his face? The bullets have done their work. The handsome features are destroyed. The strong jaw shattered. The eyes that once burned with such fire are closed forever. Sonny Corleone, the boy who brought Tom Hagen home from the streets. The young man who witnessed his father kill Don Fanucci. The heir who was supposed to carry the family into the future. Gone. Vito's composure cracks. His shoulders begin to shake. His breath comes in short gasps. Tears stream down his weathered face. Tears he has not shed since he was a boy in Sicily. Tears he thought he had forgotten how to cry. He reaches out, touches his son's ruined cheek, feels the cold skin beneath his fingers. And then the words come. Look how they massacred my boy. His voice breaks on the last word. The word that matters most. Boy. Not soldier. Not heir. Not acting Don. Boy. His Santino. Gone. Bonacera stands frozen. He has prepared countless bodies, witnessed countless moments of grief, but he has never seen anything like this. The most powerful man in New York, weeping over his child, broken in a way that no enemy could ever break him. This is not Don Corleone. This is just a father who warned his son, a father whose warnings went unheard, a father who will carry this moment in his heart until the day he dies. Vito stands over the body for a long time. Minutes, hours, time loses meaning. There is only the cold room, the harsh lights, the son who will never come home. Finally, he straightens, wipes his eyes, turns to Bonacera. Fix him, make him beautiful again. His mother should remember him as he was, not as they made him. Bonacera nods. I will do everything I can. Don Corleone. Vito walks toward the door, stops, does not turn around. I will not seek revenge. I will call for peace. This war ends now. His voice is flat, empty. The voice of a man who has made a decision that costs him everything. But in the silence of that morgue, in the privacy of his own mind, Vito Corleone makes another decision, one he does not speak aloud. His youngest son is in Sicily, Michael, the son he wanted to keep out of the family business, the son he dreamed would become a senator, a governor, something legitimate, something clean. Michael will not forgive. Michael will not forget. And when the time comes, Michael will do what Vito cannot. Michael will settle all family business. 3 weeks later, Don Vito Corleone calls for peace. The heads of the 5 families gather in a boardroom on Long Island. Barzini, Tartaglia, Cuneo, Strachey, Zalucci from Detroit. They sit around a long wooden table, men who control empires. Men who have killed and ordered killings. Men who watch Vito Corleone enter the room and see something they have never seen before. A broken man, or so they think. Vito takes his seat at the head of the table. He moves slowly, his wounds still healing, his grief still fresh, but his mind is sharper than ever. His eyes see everything, every nervous glance, every hidden alliance, every lie waiting to be told. He knows who killed his son. He has always known. The meeting begins with condolences, empty words from men who ordered the bullets. Vito accepts them graciously, nods his thanks, plays the part of a grieving father seeking only peace. But when he speaks, his words cut through the room like a blade. I forego my vengeance for my son. I will not be the one to break the peace we have made today. The other dons relax. They believe they have won. They believe the great Vito Corleone has finally been defeated. His heir is dead. His family is weak. His empire is ripe for the taking. They are wrong, Vito continues. But I have selfish reasons. He pauses, lets the silence build. Every man in the room leans forward. My youngest son was forced to leave this country because of this Solosso business. Now I have to make arrangements to bring him back safely, and I am asking you all for your permission. The dons nod. Of course, family is family. Even they understand this. But then Vito's eyes find Don Tartaglia, the man who backed Solosso, the man everyone believes orchestrated the war. I am a superstitious man, and if some unlucky accident should befall my son Michael, if he is shot in the head by a police officer, or if he is struck by a bolt of lightning, then I will blame some of the people in this room, and that I do not forgive. Tartaglia shifts uncomfortably, looks to Barzini for support. And there it is. That single glance tells Vito everything he needs to know, everything he has suspected for months. Tartaglia is not the mastermind. Tartaglia is the puppet, the front man, the distraction. Barzini orchestrated everything. The drug deal that Vito refused, the assassination attempt that nearly killed him, the war that destroyed his family, and the trap that murdered his son. All Barzini. Vito files this knowledge away, says nothing, shows nothing. He has learned patience in ways his enemies will never understand. He will not strike today, he will not strike tomorrow, he will wait. He will plan, and when the time comes, his revenge will be absolute. The meeting ends with handshakes and promises of peace. The 5 families leave, believing they have contained the Corleone threat, believing the old Don is finished. They do not see what Vito sees. They do not know what Vito knows, and they will not survive what Vito plans. 2 years pass. Michael Corleone returns from Sicily, changed, hardened. The war hero who wanted nothing to do with the family business has become something else entirely. Something cold, something ruthless, something that Vito recognizes all too well. His son has become him. The day before Vito dies, he sits with Michael in the garden. Tomato plants surround them. The sun is warm, the world is peaceful. But Vito knows peace is an illusion. Peace is the pause between wars. He tells Michael what he has learned. Barzini will move against you first. He will set up a meeting with someone you absolutely trust, guaranteeing your safety. And at that meeting, you will be assassinated. Michael listens, nods, says nothing. Vito continues. Tartaglia is a pimp. He never could have outfought Santino. But I did not know until this day that it was Barzini all along. There it is, the truth spoken aloud at last. Barzini killed Sonny. Barzini used Carlo. Barzini used Connie. Barzini turned Sonny's own rage into the weapon that destroyed him. And now Michael will make Barzini pay. The baptism of Connie's baby takes place on a Sunday. Michael stands at the altar, renounces Satan, accepts the role of godfather to his nephew. While across the city, his men eliminate every enemy the family has ever known. Barzini, shot on the courthouse steps. Tartaglia, killed in bed with his mistress. Cuneo, trapped in a revolving door. Strachey, shotgunned in an elevator. Mo Green, shot through the eye. And Carlo Rizzi, the man who beat Connie, the man who made the phone call, the man who lured Sonny to his death, garroted in the back of a car. Sonny's death is avenged, but at what cost? Vito Corleone dies in his garden, playing with his grandson, chasing the boy through the tomato plants. A peaceful death, a gentle death, the death of a man who built an empire and watched it nearly crumble. He never saw his grandchildren grow up. He never saw Michael become the man he feared Michael would become. He never forgot the last time he saw Sonny alive, standing in the kitchen, promising to be careful, lying through his teeth, a father's warning ignored, a son's temper unleashed. A family changed forever. They called Sonny the strongest of the Corleone children, the most feared, the most dangerous. But strength without patience is weakness. Power without control is destruction, and rage without wisdom is suicide. Vito knew this. He tried to teach his son, but some lessons can only be learned in blood, and by then, it is always too late.